and we'll see Geno Smith. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Raiders and the Chargers, next on Madden NFL 25.
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play, and losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, we're in October. And off we go from Las Vegas. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd and 10.
At the 27-yard line.
Throwing now is Geno. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. They will run for the first time here with White. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Hands it off out of the gun. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
That is caught. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Raiders at 2 and 3 here to begin the new season. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Deion Henley there on the tackle. Ball on the 39. Here's a 2nd and 7. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. On the handoff, it's Laube. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Now 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
A shotgun snap for Smith. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it's 3rd and 4 now. Now Geno. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
That's good. For another loss
Smith now to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 4 yards to go on second down from the 7. Smith throwing again. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Geno now to throw. Over the middle, hooks up with the tight end Bowers. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. Carlson able to put this one through. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well. So your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Short throw to Disley. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Here's Smith. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Here's Smith. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. To the air again, Smith. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. First carry for Najee Harris. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Herbert. Short throw to Disley. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Herbert now. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. Clock running here, under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game. Herbert off of play action. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up third down. Now it's Herbert. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Good coverage there, holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 2nd down and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. At the 25.
In motion, the tight end. Now Smith. He'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's a toss right side with White. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. And he fires one, but incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Max Crosby in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So after the sack here, 2nd and 14. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. We'll need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They were losers to Kansas City a week ago, but they are out in front right now. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Smith. That's caught by Tucker. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And a quick throw here, that's complete. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play part in this one.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd and 9.
Here's Herbert. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Eric Stokes.
20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. L.A. set to take over again on offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And pressure coming, and they got it once again. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
2nd and a couple.
Throwing now is Gino. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Now Smith. That is caught. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. From the gun, here's Smith. And it's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there third touchdown now on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. Herbert, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a first down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Back to throw here, Herbert. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Operating from the gun, Herbert. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good.
So we have reached half. Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
A very one-sided first half. 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. After the interception, here's Smith. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41.
Second and 12.
Second and 12 at the Chargers' 41-yard line.
Off of play action. Here's Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
That's to Bowers once again.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Brock Bowers.
A 22-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Chargers offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Charger drive about to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense and Geno Smith headed back out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first. Geno now to throw.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll fake it. Now Smith.
Over the middle, and Mayer hauls it in.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Play action. It's Smith. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Again, Smith. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he'll find a little space. He gets this up near the 10. 6-yard on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now here's another carry for Harris.
And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1 yard pickup leads to fourth down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. If you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out.
And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47. Now 3rd down and 7.
Now Gino.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 23.
Harris will start the drive out.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Herbert now. Setting up the screen, Harris.
And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters.
You are watching the NFL.
Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 40.
First down, Los Angeles.
Now it's Herbert. Short throw to Disley.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Short throw to Disley. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Now a give. Running left is Harris. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Now he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chargers are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
As we prepared for these games, we've noticed offensive coordinators have had an expanded playbook on 2-point conversion tries because they never know when they may have to use it during a game.
But that also means the defense probably has more for these situations too, right?
No doubt about it. I think for the most part, defenses will be aggressive on 2-point tries. They want to get after the offense and make them force the issue.
And here the defense wins. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
A gain of a yard. Makes it 3rd and 11.
Here's Smith.
Over the middle, hooks up with a tight end, Bowers. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Las Vegas first down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
63 yards rushing for him now to this point. Now 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
On the ground, it's Laube.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
The 45-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
Out of the gun, Smith.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. He'll buy some time, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Here's A.J. Cole now,
as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Here's Herbert. Short throw to Disley. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. From the shotgun, here's Herbert.
That's into the hands of the rookie from Ole Miss.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
They snap it to Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
That's swung out wide to Harris.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Got his man. It's Williams. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
Finds Johnston.
But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1.
At the 10-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
A carry here for Laube.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins.